guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold it.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do.
Green 39! Green 39!
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Big sack on second down. Now the offense needs to convert here on third. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw to the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in.
I think the training and practice broke down on that play because he simply didn't run the route deep enough to get to the first down marker, despite what was a really nice catch and toe tap on the sideline.
Now that's third down 101. You got to go to the marker, know where it is. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Texans take possession. And now out comes Houston. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
No gain on the play there, second down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Rush coming, and he's taken down. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And that brings up 4th down.
Third down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
Take it at the 37. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Amir Abdullah with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Colts add on to their lead. Well, what a game for him. He hits for the return cycle, so to speak. He had the kick return. Now the harder part, just got the punt return for a touchdown.
And I would imagine that the special teams coach, as the ball left the punter's foot, he was thinking, should have kicked away from him.
Yeah.
Should have kicked away from him. He's in a groove, and sometimes you hit those grooves or those zones in a game, and he's in one now. He's in perfect sync with his teammates blocking, and he knows how to find the end zone.
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They'll come out in the pistol. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's got some space here. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, in that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. A rookie QB struggling, gets thrown down to the ground there. But, yeah, maybe this game, it's not over yet, but maybe this game can be a learning experience for him.
So many different things that he has to pick up on. When to go ahead and flush from the pocket and run. When to get rid of the football and not take the sack. When to just go ahead and go down early and make sure you don't fumble the football. So many things that he has to learn. This game starts the process.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Taken in at the 11. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Colts in possession of the football to begin quarter number 2 as they take over following the punt with a 1st and 10. Play fake here on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's caught inside the 20. A big play there for Indy. 59 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on 1st down. On play action, they'll throw. Buying time to his left. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Their dangerous wide receiver with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. And he puts it through. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And they are going to take possession of the football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Back to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
They're going to look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now out comes Houston. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
When you hear screen, screen, screen on defense, that's a little bit scary because you know a big play might result.
He was so ready to get to part 2 of the screen, he forgot part 1. Couldn't get the ball. Now they'll run it on the toss. And able to find a little space. He gets us up over the 15 to the 16. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. And this defense looks for one more stop here on 3rd after the run. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. He gets this away as he'll wisely, I'd say, angle this to the sideline. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say...
He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts just continue to pour it on. And the lead is now an even 30. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they will be backed up deep as they'll have to start the drive from the 6-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get up.
That's caught inside the 25. Having an effective short pass. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Switch up, switch up. Set, 3-19. 56. Over.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And he rifles one incomplete. C.J. Fedorowicz, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
They've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on 3rd and goal? They come out here in the eye.
Check, Patriot. Over. All right, now, look at 56.
They'll go with the keeper, and he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. It's their quarterback. His first touchdown on the year. And the Texans get a bit closer. And that'll cut the lead down to 22. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee. And that's at the 25. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's eventually brought down, but not before he reaches the 39, just shy of the 40. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone.
There he goes left side. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Colts have got it on cruise control. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And now out comes Houston. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Let's see what the offense comes with here. 2nd and 8. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's got Fuller. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
All right, here we go.
And the wideout in motion. They'll look to throw here on first down. Gets it to Strong. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Leopard! Leopard! All right, here we go.
And he motions the wide receiver. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And incomplete. Jalen Strong, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Set! Blue, 90! Leopard! Leopard! All right, now, lucky 56! Lucky 56! Detroit! 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 No, Jack, Patriot! Patriot! Back 99 Philly, here we go!
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
But that was pretty nice to watch if you like a defense's perspective, because they understood where the 1st down line was as much as the offensive guys did. Did not give up any more ground, and when the ball was thrown, reacted really well and swatted it away. One of the advantages of zone defense, you never take your eyes off the quarterback, and when he reacts, you do exactly the same and go get the ball.
So it's a 7-play drive, but it stalls out in the end.
Let's credit the defensive front 7. They were a little leaky at the start of the drive, but they stiffened toward the end.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. Stays on his feet. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead,
Now let's go!
but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Flush to his right. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And this is a spot late in the clock near midfield, though. Maybe take a couple chances, see if you get in field goal range.
You do that if you have trust, and this should be a position now.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. 3 yards to go on 2nd down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage, look defensively.
Hurry up, here we go! Detroit! Detroit!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Brandon, more and more offenses are going to the philosophy of using every inch of the field to try and spread things out. And when you're running back and catch the ball as well, that can only help your offense.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And the back goes into motion. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. There he goes, right side. Fighting him off.
Just ran right through the trash.
And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction. Excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And with a new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. And here comes the Texans now. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
Well,
this is
going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
Now let's go.
He'll drop to throw. Looking for Strong, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
How many times when we see an incomplete pass, we just look at the receiver and say, should have caught that one. That was a drop, and we just put it on the offense. How about a little credit for the defense there? They just forced an incompletion.
Yeah, especially after starting in a tough spot defensively, but a good start there on first down.
That gave them a little extra confidence there, starting, as you said, in a tough spot and being able to make a play on first down.
So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's second and long.
All right, here we go.
They'll look to throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Call it a gain of 3. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Out of the gun now on third down. Eluding the pressure right. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Right there. Blue 90.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Fuller brings it in over the middle. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down. And the offense needs 7 out of this play on third down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football and throw the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now out comes Houston. Again, we'll see the pistol here. They run the counter now on first down. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
So still a full 10 yards to go here for the offense on 3rd down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. They'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Here's Tom Hackett now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. So from the 40 to the 45, 5-yard run. So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push him back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up 1st downs.
Now a handoff looking right. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Texans scoop it.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over, yet they argue. Out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Now they try the right side here, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He lost 6 there on the 1st down play.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. The bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first.
All right, now look at 56.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. It's a gain of 5. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves. And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Running this with a wide receiver, Fuller. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
A reverse is never called just to get 1 or 2 yards. It's often called to get a big, big play. The defense was having none of it on that one. They sniffed it out and stuffed it.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. 1 receiver left, 2 to the right. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got time. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And his kick here is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, I guess we're at the stage here where they wouldn't say no to any points, but I don't think field goals are what they're looking for here in the 2nd half.
I don't either, Brandon. When you're down as much as they are, that's the sign of a head coach waving the white flag to me.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
They'll come out in the pistol. Now a handoff looking right. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
But that certainly felt like an example of the defense just saying, okay, we've had enough. We've gotten mashed all night long. About time we got a good play in. But flip it over to the offensive side. They got to be really upset that they allowed a play like that to happen. They were pitching such a great game, they want to keep it going.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. And a long way to go for the offense here on second down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Kevin Johnson. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But we also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, both teams practice this situation. And this time, the guys on offense won, and in a very nice way. What a run from that position on their own goal line.
Gave him some good breathing room. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
He's going to float this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered, and he was able to get a hand in and knock it away.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. On the give, this is their fullback. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. Second down to the offense in search of 6 yards. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. He'll look to throw. Quick throw, that's complete on the inside slant. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
You have to...
Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. It's already 2nd and 12. The defense hoping to push them back more. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
2 plays in a row, the defense won, stacking up the running game. They've got to feel good about themselves, but something has to be in the back of their minds. Are we being set up for something big? They've got to be careful.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Now they try the right side here. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Now a handoff as they run left side. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Yeah, let me pump out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
Second down, offense behind the sticks here. 2nd and 13. Now a handoff looking right. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. The gun, they'll look to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense, but in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass, excellent job, way to knock it down.
And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Detroit! Detroit! Now let's go! Detroit! 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 Detroit!
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Dancing to his left. And that will be incomplete as well. Now Mason Crosby on for the field goal. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And now out comes Houston. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
Factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. 5 yards gets him back near the original line of scrimmage as he'll be left with a 3rd and long.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
They isolate Hopkins on the left side. They'll drop to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. And now Indianapolis is set to take the field. They have the big cushion. Here in the final stages of this one, I don't know if there's any better feeling than being up big on the road.
There really can't be, because for a team to go on the road and win in the NFL, that's huge to begin with. But just think about all the preparation that went into it. When they first started talking about this game, leading up to it during the week, going on the road, unfamiliar city, obviously, unfamiliar hotel. No one's going to be with you once you get to the stadium. They're all going to be against you. You name it, all those things they had to deal with, they were able to conquer them and do it convincingly.
Yeah, they did it very convincingly. Now the Texans want to call another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll cut it to the right sideline. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And just like that, it's third down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
Hey. Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
They'll run again. This time it's Abdullah. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first, thanks to a flashy little spin move.
Well, I'd say that run's pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, this offensive line has controlled the line of scrimmage, given them time to throw it, run it, do whatever they wanted. That's why there are points up on the board. And right now, the psyche of the offense, we're in control, and we can do whatever we feel like doing out here on the field.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Well, at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he cuts it out, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Now Crosby for the point after. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. That's caught at the 3. And he will not make it to the goal line as this try for two is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And now out comes Houston. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that field. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Field right. Watch it now, Barney. Here we go now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Room here to run. He cuts left sideline and a crease there. And they do finally get him at the 12. And another timeout taken by the Colts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Another pistol look here. They'll look to throw now on first down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Now, hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Going to give this time to the tailback. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Indianapolis, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Houston, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. Good night, everybody.
put away your inhibitions. Let the beast in you just get loose. We all young, wild, and different. We can all get lit from a little. I know you're terrified by what the future lies, but there's no compromising. It's my way or the highway. We all just slave to lust, hard building, breaking trust. Don't get wild when we come out, like don't get loud when